Hey, what is going on, gang? Thanks for watching. I'm here to talk about your waiver wire for week 5. I hope the first thing we can get you to do is to like this video and subscribe to this channel. If you're watching without subscribing, we appreciate it, but it legitimately helps us a lot if you would hit that little bell and please subscribe. Hey, I'm Chris, and full disclosure, doing this waiver wire before the Monday night games, so I can't be positive and tell you for sure that there aren't some players from those other 4 teams. What do we got? Patriots, Chiefs, Packers, Falcons, who might wind up on this list. My advice for you is to hopefully tune into the Harris Football Podcast on Tuesday. We'll have the completely updated list for you then. First up, as we like to do each week, here's a list of names you can think about adding in a shallower league. One of the big injuries from Sunday was Austin Eckler going down with what looked like sort of a painful leg injury. More about that in a second. Everyone else on this list, pretty speculative. We're waiting for the Cardinals to realize Kenyon Drake isn't maybe great. So possibly Edmonds gets some run. Aiyuk had a beautiful touchdown Sunday night, but needs a real quarterback. Nyheim Hines is playing a fair amount. And if you need a new tight end, Dalton Schultz isn't crazy special, but for as long as the Cowboys keep losing, he has a chance. So here's the play where Eckler injured himself trying to bounce around the right side. It's a counter play where he gets one leg kind of knocked off balance and it kind of hyperextends his knee, and you can see immediately during the run he can't put weight on it, even if he's getting tackled. So far, we're not told that it's a knee ligament or he's definitely out for the year or anything, but he's headed towards injured reserve. He's going to miss at least 3 games. There's a possibility he misses significantly more than that. And this was Josh Kelley on a give-up draw play at the end of the second quarter with a 24-7 lead, and it's unacceptable. I guess kind of a bad exchange with the rookie quarterback Justin Herbert, but still, it can't happen. The good news was that in the second half, the Chargers came out and gave Kelley 2 straight carries to show there were no hard feelings and he wasn't going to be doghoused. It was simply a bad day overall for the Chargers' run game behind a very depleted offensive line. But if Eckler's really out, it's good to know Kelley is capable of getting in space and having a bit of body control. Face it, yeah, there's someone else in the backfield we'll talk about here in a few minutes, but with no Eckler, Kelley looks like a pretty obvious RB2 because of workload and because, as you've seen on the channel in prior weeks, he has impressed us. Now, I will get to more waiver ads in just a moment, but don't fast forward, because I have to tell you about our sponsor, and this is how this works. We're an independent channel. Nobody's paying us to do this. It's all about the sponsors, and thankfully, today's sponsors, these glasses I'm wearing, Felix Gray glasses, I want to tell you about them. The reason I'm wearing them is because I try to have them on whenever I'm in front of a screen. More than 2/3 of Americans suffer symptoms of digital eye strain. Our eyes are not equipped to deal with all this extra screen time we're all quarantining with. And if you get headaches or blurry vision at the end of a long day of screen time, it's probably because of too much blue light. Every single pair of Felix Gray glasses filters out blue light, including these that are on my face right now. My eyes feel way better since I started wearing them. Mine are prescription. I just ordered a pair of non-prescription for my mom. Tons of great styles to choose from. Shipping and returns always free. And seriously, if you like our channel, there's one way to make sure it keeps happening. Pick a sponsor and support them. If you'd like to try these glasses, go to felixgrayglasses.com/HarrisTube. If you order, you're sending Felix Gray a message to keep supporting the channel, and we will keep making videos. Okay, let's count down my top 5 waiver ads, at least initially, before the Monday games. I'm going to start with number 5. He had a very big game for the Saints this week against the Lions in a comeback effort. That would be Tre'Quan Smith. Now, I would say we should very much not get carried away by adding Tre'Quan Smith. I'm not dropping great players for him here. We're showing you the 2 touchdowns he scored end of the second quarter on Sunday. I think we've always known Smith has interesting size. His problem has been consistency and sometimes getting open. On the second one of these, on deep over route, you can see Desmond Trufant close on him after initially getting beaten. It's the kind of route that Michael Thomas eats up because he can keep separation that he gets at the line. Against man coverage, you're never going to see Tre'Quan Smith like super open, but this was the big play at the end of the game on a third down with the Lions furiously trying to come back, and Smith made the grab. And we'll face it, Drew Brees still crazy accurate, so there's a long line of receivers who couldn't really get amazing separation, who still put up lots of nice games for the Saints. This play is from 2018. It was just to show you, we've been hearing about a possible Tre'Quan Smith breakout for 3 years now. Smith got all the run he could possibly have wanted the past couple years and just wasn't ready to keep doing plays like this. Thomas could be back soon. Manny Sanders had 6 grabs for 93 yards on Sunday. I'm skeptical we're getting 2 touchdowns a week from Tre'Quan Smith, but you could give him a try. In fact, I'm going to have a couple of receivers higher on the list than Smith, the first of whom is T. Higgins, a rookie, who also doesn't really separate here, running out of the left slot, but he's already been more consistent through a month than Tre'Quan Smith has ever been. Higgins just has that look about him. Now, I'm not allowed to question Smith's long speed and then call Higgins supersonic. They're both bigger receivers who don't win with foot speed. But okay, let's just show you a few more plays. He's split wide right here. It's pure split end stuff. This is one-on-one. You're my main guy. And he'll run a streak route. And I love that Joe Burrow's like, hell yeah, I'll take a shot. And it winds up being a good defensive play to knock it out. But turning to face the ball as it comes, working to work his feet inbounds. I can imagine this combo working going forward. Now slot right. This was the very next play, and run a crosser against zone. Most guys can do that. I just like the way that Higgins looks in the open field, like he is no fun at all to tackle. And Higgins didn't get red zone looks this week, but in week 3 he did, twice, and scored both times. AJ Green has been remarkably quiet, remarkably uninvolved. Plus, on one of his 2 deeper targets on Sunday, seemed to hurt his shoulder. So Tyler Boyd is the best receiver that you want to have on the Bengals, but Higgins is getting there. Even one spot higher on the waiver list than that, really thinking in the short-term emergency type ad. I've done Scotty Miller work on the channel before. I wouldn't say Sunday was all good for Miller, but it ended up just fine. First with a bomb where he's running out of a tight split on the right side, where you can see that for Miller, speed is not the issue. And then the very next play, slot left. Okay, I think you probably could have scored on that blown coverage. And mostly, I think what you notice, okay, it was a little weird. Justin Watson clearly played ahead of Miller in Chris Godwin's absence in the pecking order. But even so, we see it every week. Tom Brady likes to throw Scotty Miller open deep. This is no little Edelman dude in the middle of the field. He is a legit burner, and I don't think we're done seeing big plays from him. We see this every single week. The Bucs turn around and have to play the Bears on Thursday night. I assume there's no Godwin. Miller looks like a legit wide receiver 3 option to me. Okay, we're up to our top 2 names. Nick Chubb is also injured, also expected to miss multiple weeks. So how about Dearness Johnson from the AAF announcing himself with authority on his very first carry after Chubb's injury? If we take it back to the end zone angle, I think what we'll see is that otherworldly burst? It's probably not. Is it an incredible change of direction? Probably not. But it's good vision to wind through traffic like that. Now, what you'll notice in all of these clips is the Cowboys getting shoved around at the line. But I like, on this inside zone play, 3 tight ends. Just as Johnson's getting the ball, he reads number 77 there, Wyatt Teller, and old Wyatt doesn't have a great block here. He's getting pushed around. So rather than clang it up into traffic, Johnson has enough burst to kind of zip it to the outside, sneak through one hole out further than it was planned, and then a very good open field cut to make another man miss. Again, from the end zone, this is a power blocking scheme, and we'll see Johnson, as he sees number 48 there, the Cowboys, Joe Thomas, standing in the hole, and I like that he's got the lateral juice to zip one hole over again and find a crease. Now, the point here is that there are way too many creases in the Dallas defense. Kareem Hunt looked like Superman against these guys. And I'll say when things are bottled up better, Johnson can look a little slow motion, trying to make these jumping sidestep cuts. He might have a little more lateral spring than he does like north-south oomph. Kareem Hunt vaults to the very top of the heap. He's now has to be considered for a while anyway among the elites at running back in fantasy for the time being. Plus, Dontrell Hilliard played a lot on Sunday as well, but I have to say that Johnson's the one who impressed me as the speculative ad to see what might happen going forward. But the top of the ad list as of right now, week 5, probably this guy, Justin Jackson. This was his best highlight from Sunday, so his performance in week 4 is not the reason we're interested. Jackson has had a really hard time staying healthy in his short pro career, but when he has stayed healthy, hasn't he looked kind of like budget Eckler? Quicker than he is fast, smaller side, good pass catcher. He's a reduced version of Austin Eckler. Like, these clips are from last year. This one against the Lions got called back for a downfield hold. I'm not going to say it illustrated amazing qualities on Jackson's part, but it's hard to remember. There was a time during Melvin Gordon's holdout last year when Eckler looked like the receiving back and maybe Jackson was going to start to fill in on early downs. The reason it's hard to remember, though, is that Jackson had a calf injury that wound up costing him half the season. And now we're going back 2 years. We are going full Zapruder here to find interesting Justin Jackson stuff to show you. You see it, quicker than fast. It's sort of a 2-foot cut in the open field, which probably isn't elite, but it works for him here, and he scores. I prefer Josh Kelley for week 5 against the Saints, but the snap count Sunday in the final 3 quarters after Eckler's injury was 24 Kelley and 19 Jackson. Jackson will be heard from, and he would be a Josh Kelley injury away from a pretty major gig. So we're looking at here the 5 deeper league ads before the Monday night games happen. It doesn't look like a huge fab week. I don't see anybody here worth blowing all your budget on. As you just saw, I don't think Justin Jackson is great, but he might have some pretty significant opportunity heading his way. And that'll do it. Your waiver wire ads for week 5. Make sure you do check the podcast on Tuesday. We will update based on the Monday night games. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It'd be wonderful if you look into Felix Gray Glasses as well, because they are such a great sponsor. I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button. Write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.